The audience here, how many of you have your own companies right now? Can you quickly raise your hand? Wonderful, great. And how many of you would like to start a company of your own? Cool. Great. Anuj, you might like to come by. And we have Lawrence from King. So he is actually a keynote speaker tomorrow. So he's with us. So Lawrence. And I also have Paul, who did not play stick cricket. He's the guy who's here, the guy who wants six sports. Thanks so much. Thank you. And I have Mika from Rovio. Built an exciting game, Angry Birds match, so he's with us. We have Nitish from Nazara. He heads up Nazara and one of the first companies to go for IPO from India. And we have Karan from Google. He heads up Google Play operations in India. So a big round of applause to the entire set of people here. Quite an exciting talk, and so we look forward for it.
Thanks. Do you have a few more mics? Yeah. Thank you all for joining and sort of coming up after lunch. So I hosted this panel in 2016 also last year for the 2017 market, and the takeaway that we want to get out of the panel is whoever is interested in the business of gaming, and you're planning to do your next game and release it, whatever is in your mind, we would like to give you some trends from these industry experts as to where your focus should be or where your focus should not be. So we're trying to sort of get a semblance. And first I will have a quick round of introduction from everyone, and they can just quickly 2 minutes introduce themselves. I am Anuj. I'm leading the Indian unit of Yuzu Games, and we are focusing on the growth, as Yuli mentioned, of the Indian smartphone market and trying to capture a chunk of it. Guys?
Good day, everyone. So my name is Mika Ahonen. I'm from Rovio. Work there as a senior product manager. First time in India. Great to be here. Thanks for coming here, and thanks for the organizers for inviting me here.
Hello, my name is Paul Collins from Stick Sports. We've been producing games for around 10 years now, initially online, and then we migrated over to mobile in 2011, so one of the earlier developers on, in fact it was 2010, December 2010 when we launched Stick Cricket on mobile. And we've been growing ever since. And publish around the world our own games, and we're now starting to publish other people's games on our platform.
Hi everyone, my name is Lawrence Valenti. Currently I'm the studio art director at King in San Francisco, where we're focused on new products and some new platforms. Before that, I had a lot of experience working here in India. I was creative director at GSM Games, and also for Bash Gaming, which is based in Bangalore. So I'm very happy to be back. Thanks for having me.
I am Nitish Mikasin, the founder of Nazara Games. We are a game publisher focused on India and emerging markets, and we also run a game fund that is actively invested in game developers in India. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Karan. I lead Google Play's business development and partnerships for India. Been doing this for almost a year now, and very, very excited to talk to everyone that we exist for.
Awesome. So we'll start off this panel with a trend which was very, very popular in mobile in India, and Nitish is probably been one of the pioneers of that, the subscriptions. And we are also seeing a lot of focus, even by Google recently, on where they reduced the royalty fee of subscription business for the second year. Do we see, first from a global perspective, that will subscription in 2018 become more prominent in gaming, or will it be hybrid?
So I see it as nice. Thanks. I see it as more incremental, less as replacing, and at least I would be with the current in-app purchase portfolio that we have, for example, in Rovio. I would be very careful of cannibalization. So incremental, not replacing. And then if you look at other genres, like preschool learning apps, children's apps, there I can see a much bigger potential.
Yeah, subscriptions are an interesting model. We haven't really looked at it ourselves in any great depth, but I recognise it's relatively new. But it's really a change, much in the same way that in-app purchasing changed the way people would market their games and sell their games specifically. So as big a difference as IAPs had to the way games were sold, so moving from the premium spend on a game, you had this model where rather than charging the same price for everybody, you would now be able to charge a different price depending on how engaged the individual user was. So if somebody's less engaged, charge them very little, if not nothing. And if they're very engaged, you may be able to charge them huge amounts of money, but it's a sort of a value exchange that they accept. Subscription is very different to that. I mean, it's, to a certain extent, you may see it as a sort of retro step back towards a singular price for everybody. But it actually is about driving exclusivity. So you're buying into membership of a specific element of content or some aspirational elements within the game, and that's certainly has some value. And it probably, I suspect, it will probably be driven in certain markets rather than in others. In markets such as India, where it's very, very price sensitive, and let's be honest, I'm not sure if, certainly from our perspective, I'm not sure about the other people on the panel, but trying to get people to buy in-app purchases here is very, very difficult. To be able to combine that into a singular subscription, which is essentially one singular transaction you're making, you have to still make it, somebody still has to agree to that subscription, but you're doing it once, whereas in-app purchases, actually the common theory is to make that multiple times. You want to do that as part of the gameplay experience, making those transactions. And in a price-sensitive market, that's quite difficult to do. So there is some clear advantages in having a subscription model that adds very specific additional value to that user. And it's for a very defined amount of money which they can accept, they understand, they value, they work out that value proposition themselves, and then they accept it and move from there. And I absolutely agree with you when it comes to certainly in Western markets, but it has been a bit of an issue. The in-app purchases has certainly been, for the first few years, was a major bone of contention in Western markets when little Johnny goes and racks up $1,000 worth of spend on his newest game. But equally, it becomes problematic when you expect the kid to be annoying and nagging his parents all the time, whereas at least here, got a singular transaction, the parents know what they're buying into, and the kid knows what he's getting.
I agree with both of you guys. I think, from a design perspective, something else to think about in terms of dependencies are, the delta between engaged users or highly engaged players and users and casual users. So, someone is just, they're so used to free-to-play and coming in being able to try kind of before you buy. And so, something to be cognizant of is just weighing the cost-benefit of like a user coming in and saying, okay, do I want to commit to a subscription, or do I want to experience the product first? And I think the other thing to think about is, the fact that there needs to be enough content, and the user will have to understand that there is enough content and fresh and new stuff to experience over time to fulfill the promise of there being a purpose to the subscription.
Just to add to that, do you think games in the genre of social business, since you have been passionate, VIPs and all those, they can be a test bed of subscription services?
Absolutely. I mean, without getting into the detailed metrics, but like our premier players in that product, these are folks that were heavily engaged, heavily retained for years, playing multiple times a day. And those kind of folks, you know, it's kind of like, you know, they're buying not currency, but they're more paying for time to play the product. And so in a subscription, to your point, like if they know how much they're going to be paying, then they know that they got this time. And those players, they budget their time. They know, like at 8 p.m. every night before I go to bed, this is what, you know, I'm going to play for my half an hour. So I definitely think for highly engaged players, a subscription model works great for them.
Nitish, you sort of introduced as the pioneer of subscription business in India itself, and gaming is also. So what are your thoughts that, do you think with the traditional app stores, will this model start picking up, especially in the kids IP space? Do you see potential of this model?
Sure. So as you mentioned, you know, in the last 10 years, we've focused a lot on subscription revenues, and given that, I would obviously say that subscription, in my view, is a game changer if correctly implemented. Your product engagement has to be very high for subscriptions to work, but I think today it's being underestimated in terms of the potential, and we'll have pretty big opportunity in the next 2 years.
Karan, from a platform perspective, what are the trends that we've seen some apps like maybe Tinder, LinkedIn, all monetizing it well in India as well. They are using subscription. Do you see something of that value being added in games, and do you see that growing?
You know, the bad thing about asking these questions to a platform is the answer is always, it depends. Jokes apart, I think there is tremendous opportunity in subscriptions. I think even in gaming, we as Google very strongly believe that there is very tremendous opportunity in subscriptions. I think Nitish put it well when he said, you know, it's about how it's implemented. What is it that you offer to the users that you're trying to get in subscription? I think all my international friends talked about, you know, it has to be people that get some kind of exclusivity. Are they the high value users? Are they highly engaged users? What do you offer them? How do you create that hook for them to continuously come back and continuously remain subscribers? We are pushing subscriptions massively. We've launched lots of reporting features on subscriptions. We've launched lots of enabling features on subscription in terms of different types of free trials, different types of charging. We're adding payment modes as well, and yeah, we're very bullish about it.
Awesome. So that's one of the takeaways, that something for a development community is that subscription, if you have a very engaging content which you are not able to monetize through in-app purchases, you might want to try putting subscription at the right place and see how it works for you. Right. Moving on, and this is primarily for the global guys here, and we ask typically events for also chip in here. Is 2018 going to be finally the death of single-player games with the casual PvP rising in terms of monetization, or multiplayer being the center stage of all kind of experiences that are making money and innovation happening in that space? Do you think single-player games will finally drop down the priority for developers to focus on, and server skills and multiplayer is something which all the developers should be focused on creating?
Okay, I'll start again. I think there's a couple of things there. I guess first I would like to say that terms of single player being dead are greatly. That's actually, if you look at the most innovative mechanics in mobile right now, many of those come from the hyper-casual genre. So the likes of Voodoo, Ketchup, Bitman, things like this, and their model is ad-based, so it's not something that for example, I'm super familiar with. But in terms of mechanics and innovation, they're up there, and that's like one thing. And I think another thing I'd like to point out is that social isn't just about PvP, right? So I would kind of, like my projection would be that the experiences that we have learned that are kind of single player experiences, they will get more social, but not everything will necessarily be straight on PvP. It can be indirect competition, or it can be even collaboration. That's my kind of 2 points.
My perspective is a little different in terms of, if you look at the top grossing charts, the single player games are sort of, I can't find a lot of them being single player. Most of them, and in fact 90% of them are multiplayer. So focus of say medium-sized developers who want to move up the value chain, would that be sort of single player or multiplayer?
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. If you look at top grossing chart, there's a lot of PvP multiplayer games, and that's I guess the honest truth that we know what well-implemented social features do for long-term retention. That's one thing, and the other thing is that competition is a very good incentive to basically pay money. So there you go. On the other hand, if you're a small to medium-sized developer, those are the genres typically also that have a higher barrier of entry in terms of creating that product. So you need to make that choice.
Well, as a person who started probably with single-player games,
we specialize specifically. I mean, we are the niche of all niches. We only produce sports games, and not just sports games. Really predominantly a cricket game, which only targets essentially 12 countries in the world. And even then, we're only doing the batting part of cricket. So it's very niche of all niches. And so to this notion of the difference between PvP and single player, actually I take your point. There is if you're focused and from a games conference, you can't ignore what's happening on the top of the charts and what's happening in these global organizations, global games that are able to hit the top of the charts. But the truth is that the market has evolved so much that there are different elements of it and different niches in it. And to say that everyone needs to be, your only goal is to hit the top 50, I think some people there is that goal, and it's a valid goal to have. But I don't think that's necessarily a realistic goal for most people. And that does not mean that their business and their aspirations are less than formidable. I mean, to even get to the top or near the top of a niche area is pretty important. Then you can satisfy and make quite a difference there, and you can support a team and make a living from that, and a sustainable living from that. It's not, there is that sort of 80-20 rule. I mean, it's probably not quite 80-20, it's sort of 95%. 90% of the revenue go, 5% of the games or companies. But nevertheless, it doesn't. The pie is getting bigger, and there are. I would argue there is quite a big amount of revenue available in the mid-market, which people need to target. But going back to the specifics of, say from a game design perspective, I think people do go into. When they fire up a game. They have an expectation of what that experience is going to be, and it's clearly going to be different on whether it's a PvP game or whether it's a single player. And there are occasions when you really do want a single player game. You're just jumping on a bus or whatever it is, and you're going to have connectivity issues, so you don't want to do PvP, and B, you know what you want to experience. You have an expectation of the experience, and you're going to get that much better within a single player experience rather than PvP, where actually the beauty of PvP is the randomness of being matched up or not being matched up, which is the great quality of it.
Sure.
I think I agree with all that my friends have said up here. I think the one thing I also think about, though, is not just where the competitive market is going, but where the players and the users are coming from. I mean, now we're making games for the Snapchat generation, and this is a generation of young players that have been playing games all their life, who grew up with a smartphone in their pocket. I mean, I didn't didn't get my first smartphone until I was like 20 or something like that. And so for them, like synchronous multiplayer, real-time social reinforcement, gameplay experiences that are competitive, cooperative, social, they don't feel any kind of stigma to playing with other people. So I think like if you also look at the users that are flooding into the market every year to be playing these games, there are people that are very keen on having something that's quick, that's fast. If they want to be competing with someone, they expect it in real time to be synchronous. So yeah, I don't think single player is dead, but I do think that there is a craving for more real-time multiplayer.
Okay, perfect. Karan, do you see the output of the single-player games in terms of, as a platform, you're obviously concerned about the players and the entertainment, but revenue is also a big part of it. Do you see an upward trend or a downward trend of single? In a market like India, obviously, where we are, the journey has just started from casual to mid-core. Obviously, single-player experiences are important. So, what's your perspective?
See, I'll give a broader perspective in that. Sundar announced at I/O that Android has 2 billion users. Right, so there will never be a one answer on a platform that's as large as that. So there will be people who will want a P2P or P1 model. There will be people who want a single player model, and there are enough audiences for both of them. So I think the question that you made was a very strong question, which is about, do we see the death of single player? Absolutely not. But do we see people becoming important? Do we see more people getting into PvP? Absolutely. But there is enough for both of them. There's more than enough for both of them.
Nitish, from a Nazara perspective, where casual gaming is being the dominant factor, do you see now moving towards more online experiences as the way to engage the Indian audiences?
Sure. So if you see India, you have a large number of gamers who are mobile first gamers. First experience in gaming is simply on a mobile instead of PC or console, like many other markets. So I think we find in the casual game there's still a lot of demand for single player, especially for the kid category. Single player works fine. You will not want too much social exposure there in any case of 5-year-old kids. But of course, with many of our games, we are introducing async competitions, tournaments to add more interest. I think the market will continue to evolve.
Perfect. So the takeaway probably from the discussion is no, single player is not dying. Continue making single player games, but if you're sort of a mid-sized developer, then probably move towards more server infrastructure and server programming and get those multiplayer games going. That's a fair assessment? Or not? We'll see. So now talking about, and I'll start from here this time, is about the rise of APAC as a region, right? We are seeing sort of the Asian companies, especially the Korean, Chinese, and Japanese companies, which are armed with their domestic revenues, and now they're entering the Western market. And I'll start with a different perspective from Karan, is that do you see this as a platform? Obviously, you're neutral to wherever the countries are from, but do you see the Indian market being dominated long-term by Indian companies, or will it be Asian or Western companies? Do you see where the Indian market will finally be? I know it's not crystal ball gazing, but where do you see it?
Where do I see it is a very difficult question to answer. Where do I hope it would be? Is I would hope Indian developers do a lot more. I really hope that Indian developers start doing a lot. We are seeing a lot of monetization changing in play. Even from an Indian perspective, we announced just a few months back that we are seeing monetization grow by almost 200% year-on-year. And we are seeing Indian developers monetize a lot more. I hope they monetize a hell of a lot more. And I hope Indian developers are part of the real top charts, not just in India and globally, and that's one of the big objectives that we'd like to solve. On the other perspective on what's happening globally, I think the Chinese and Korean developers and so on going abroad, it adds to more competition. More competition is good, it adds to better quality, it adds to the industry expanding, more users coming in, and more variety on the store. We love it.
Yeah. I'll show you. Nitish, from an entrepreneur who's been purely Indian, and you've driven the sort of the industry forward. What do you see the perspective of more global companies coming and setting up in India, especially the Chinese?
Well, for starters, they're stealing some of my top management. One of them sitting right next to me here in Anuj. Yeah. But jokes apart, I think as the market progresses, it's always good to see companies, larger companies like Yuzu and others enter this market because it brings it into focus. Gives a lot of opportunities for local developers, local ecosystem. Puts us on the radar, right? So I think it's fantastic. On the other hand, what Karan just said in terms of Indian developers making a lot of money, given that we have a game fund that's actively investing in a lot of Indian developers, I hope his hopes come true very quickly. Wish you good luck.
From you guys' perspective, guys, do you see the top 50 grossing charts in US, and Lawrence, I'll start with you, sort of to finally sort of the fees ending and seeing more Asian guys coming and dominating? We've already seen some games like Revenge of Sultans from Omnet and some strategy games, and like Legacy of Discord also doing pretty well in global markets. Do you see more of that happening with the maybe Honor of Kings getting launched as what it's called? Okay.
Yeah, I definitely see that. I don't. Will it be App Store dominance? I'm not sure, but what I can tell you is this isn't like secret or anything, but like Tencent is hiring creative directors to oversee aggressive marketing of new products they're hoping to bring into the U.S. market. Right, and so I mean that's just happening in Palo Alto right now. I hear about it every day on LinkedIn. So I definitely think that just like U.S. developers are looking into how to grow their business by penetrating new markets like over in Asia. The same is true for companies that are here. They're looking to be growing that revenue footprint, moving over to a new market, which would be the U.S.
I think it's first of all, I'm pretty qualified to answer this question. But nevertheless, I would say that what I've seen of let's say the Asian companies coming making global dominance essentially, and is really they're doing it from an acquisition perspective predominantly rather than driving their products and even localizing their products. And I suspect that's still going to be the case. And I think in a creative, at the end of the day, we do produce a creative product. It's very difficult to be able to have somehow achieve that goal of having one singular creative concept and being able to market that effectively to the top of the charts and everywhere around the world. It's very difficult to do that. So I know that on stage Tencent will be after acquisitions is to start really developing some core skills and buying up the skilled people around the world who can then deliver the next generation of products, which will obviously be global products. But it's really difficult to think that is the only way it can go. I think there's still vast opportunities for homegrown talent to be able to who know their market, who know their things, and we're going to be able to produce something which works for that market without being able to hit globally.
So the biggest game in the world right now is, I think, it's King of Glory or Arena of Valor, like it's known in the EU. And in the Western markets, I guess. It goes by several names, but anyway, it's a Tencent product made internally at Tencent. I think actually made like 4 separate full-scale MOBAs, and then they picked the one that performed the best. So that's kind of tells about the scale that Tencent has and the capability that they already have. And I've played quite a lot, and my kind of professional opinion is it's the best MOBA on mobile right now. So I think they're definitely already there with the product. And I'm not sure if that's going to be the one that is big in the US and the West in 2018. And also would be careful to say App Store dominance, but directions are much easier to forecast than absolute numbers. I think that's definitely happening. And also like you said with the creative direction, Arena of Valor, they have a deal with DC. You can buy Batman, you can buy Joker, and I guess you can buy Wonder Woman soon. So they completely changed. They reskinned everything basically from what it was in the Chinese market. So that's already happening. So I guess what I'm saying, and there will be more China first, West then products in top grossing. How many? That I don't know.
Perfect. Lawrence, I'll start with you with this one. Do you think in 2018 the Facebook Messenger being one of the top platforms where maybe the existing developers can sort of try and create some experiences to get viral growth for their games going, and how do you see that playing out in 2018?
Yeah, it's a great question. Well, we all know now that Facebook Messenger offers instant games on its platform. If we look at Asia as a predictor with the WeChats and Kakaos and Lines and all that have been existing here, I mean, it's a $500 million industry. That definitely, I think that's a platform that will it be robust in 2018? They definitely think so. But playing instant games on Facebook Messenger and Apple iMessage are a thing, and it's a new and emerging platform. It's great for the younger generations that want more smaller bite-sized games, and they want very social games that they can play with their friends that are just 30-second gameplay experiences. So yeah, I would expect Facebook Messenger with its games and its Games Hub, which is really in its infancy now. I think it's probably only maybe like 40 games or so that are in that catalog. But I definitely think that that's going to be another player. And it's not every day. We haven't heard of a new platform really emerging in the U.S. in a while, and so it's kind of exciting. I think that AR and instant games are pretty exciting to see what happens.
Just sticking with the AR, and we can talk about more about Facebook also. Karan, in terms of VR and AR, we've seen Google make a huge push with VR as a content, but as an industry, and I will get the developer's perspective as well, do you see VR being a commercial option for developers in 2018, or do you still think the ecosystem has some time to mature?
Several years back, the same question was asked of smartphones. It took time for smartphones to get into consumers' hands, to grow, and to become the devices, the all-pervasive device of the art. When we talk about something like VR and AR, there are several variables that need to fall in place, and they are slowly and steadily falling in place. There are devices, there's content, there's developers who are building a lot of that content, and there's the money that follows eventually after that. So we see a lot of this moving in the right direction, definitely. VR is something that's more immersive and something that is more high fidelity. AR is something that's more about getting the real world towards you. AR is something that we solve from trying to be a hardware problem to converting it into a software problem, which is where AR Core came into the picture, where you can look at you can look at your surroundings, you can look at lighting, you can look at motion, and we will have several 100 million AR-enabled devices just next year itself with AR Core. So it's all a factor of all these variables falling in place. All developers should build content, all consumers will eventually start adopting it, and money will be there to do it. So for AR, there are people, for example, Pokemon Go is not the only one, Harry Potter is the new one, they announced yesterday. So there is movement happening, and we expect that to happen. It's just a matter of a little bit of time.
Nitish, from a Facebook Instant Messenger and VR perspective, just to give an idea about India maybe, and your thoughts on the global market as well, how do you see this market playing out?
Sure. So Instant Messenger is, I think, a great opportunity in emerging markets, right? In all the emerging markets we work in, because the penetration is so high and the accessibility is so high, and it's, like you said, bite-sized entertainment, and it work very well. We're also doing a lot of stuff on that platform. VR, AR in a lot of markets that we work still early days. So we aren't ourselves investing too heavily right now. We'll wait to see the money flow before we start investing, but that's how we are.
That's fair.
But not intended. We are. That's how we are.
It was intended.
So what are your thoughts on both VR, AR, and the Messenger? Do you see Rovio sort of adopting Instant Messenger and some other platforms for engagement and the virtual reality AR? What are your thoughts?
Okay, so many things again. Let's start with the instant games platform. So I think it's definitely super interesting thing that's happening. It's not just the instant games platform. At the same time, Facebook has been stepping up their direct response ad game. So they have the FAN, which is Facebook Acquisition Network or whatever. Anyway, like a video network to compete with the other video network. So they kind of got to feature parity and even above with the big video networks out there. And now they already have one of the best, best performing ad products with the normal Facebook ads. And now they have video ad network, their own platform ads, and they have now a distribution also. So we're looking at the player who tries to get both the marketing channel and the distribution channel for mobile games. And that's I think it's the kind of single interesting thing about it. It's like if they manage to do it, it's huge. And well, we're looking into it, but there's nothing. We will find nothing there yet, at least. But we're looking into it as a platform. And I guess the other part of the question was about AR and VR. My personal opinion is that there's a couple of things that are kind of blocking it from making big in gaming. The first one that is kind of more solvable of this, in my opinion, is just the kind of penetration to mass market in terms of install base. So how many devices there are that can actually run these applications in a meaningful way. And the second part is that is much more difficult to solve is actually meaningful gaming applications within VR and AR. So I haven't actually seen it yet. Pokemon Go, to me, it's not an AR app, it's a pervasive location-based app. And the AR is a marketing tool, like you said. So there's a lot of unsolved things like how do you make meaningful sessions with that kind of thing. Would you wear the thing on the bus, on your couch? If you're playing on your couch, would you play something else instead? Is it something that you want to return to many times, or is it just something that's like a novelty experience? So I guess that's about it. Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, I certainly have a bit of an issue with VR in terms of its usage within gaming. I'm not sure anyone's nailed that one yet. It's an interesting one in that the cost of entry into VR is disproportionately in favour of the developer than it is in the consumer. The developer, you can buy a Unity license pretty cheap, and you can buy a distribution license pretty cheap. And you can sort of produce a two-man team can produce a VR title. May be difficult for them to do it, but some of them are just pretty skilled and can knock out something relatively cheaply. But it's going to cost them $1,000 minimum. $2,000 for a user to be able to buy the kit to play that game. And so I've noticed already some of the titles in the space that there are pretty ropey, some of them are pretty shaky titles because it's relatively easy to do that, to produce those things. So the problem is that people are struggling to really nail a format of gameplay that really works on that platform. AR is fundamentally more interesting. There's some huge opportunities there. And again, Pokemon was a really similar example that seems to have resonated quite well around the world. There are probably more interesting models to come. I'm not sure what they're yet. If you're games like this, sort of super casual games, being able to just click into account is obviously another fragmentation of the market. It allows much more opportunity to get in there and develop another niche and be able to compete in that. Because as difficult as it is for a small developer to be able to target a particular platform, It is difficult for a big development publisher to be able to target all rankings, because that's essentially what their goal is to.
Awesome. Thanks, Mark. So we'll now talk about the Indian market and what are the perspectives of different sides of the coin. You know, how are global guys looking at the Indian market, and how the Indian companies are looking at it, and what do they see as the next growth. And first, we'll hear from Karan as to, you know, when will that puzzle of monetization, do you think, will be solved? And I know you are working towards helping us solve that, but do you think 2018 will be the year where we finally see we have seen the growth happening in IITs, we'll see that IITs becoming the primary, or maybe the growth happening at a much more rapid stage? And I know you guys are making efforts, so we can talk about that also to the audience.
So the way I look at it, there are two things. You know, there are some things that need to be done by platforms like us. There are some things that need to be done by developers. I'll start with what we need to do. To enable monetization, we need to be able to provide you ways with which consumers can pay. So if I go back 15 months, the only form of payment that was available on Play, if I talk about Play, was really a credit card. And in a country of 1.3 billion people and 30 million credit cards, that really wasn't enough. What we've added in the last 1.5 years is we've added debit cards, we've added net banking. Over the past 2 months, we've added carrier billing. So we've got 100% carrier billing, prepaid and postpaid, enabled across Airtel, Vodafone and Idea. And what I sometimes get a little concerned by is that there are several developers that I talk to who themselves are typically not aware of that. So I would love to really announce this from the rooftops. A lot of monetization related chat today are solved. We've launched gift cards in India. We're a cash country, you know that. Yesterday was the anniversary of a very special event related to that. So we've launched gift cards in India. Gift cards are available in more than 4,000 offline locations. Gift cards are available on Paytm, they're available on Snapdeal, Amazon, PhonePe, several other online locations, and people are buying it. So what do we need then developers to do? We need you to tell your users, guys, you can pay using this and this is how to do it. That is the first thing. Secondly, how many of my friends out here believe that they've actually created games that are made for strong monetization? I don't think more than 20% of the room will have the hands going. Not many people. We need to have developers starting to create games that are built for monetization. The time has come. That's what we believe. We've got lots of monetization methods. We announced earlier. I mentioned the number as well. We are growing at almost 200% year on year. Please join the party. It's a starting point, but the thing is, you have to be there with us on that, and we'll support you in every way possible.
Perfect. Thanks, Karan. Nitish, from your perspective, in terms of the monetization, do you think IIPs will start, or it's still some time for it to take? And how important do you think is the local market barrier in terms of localization of content, which is going to play a long-term play in reaching the masses?
Sure. So in my mind, local content is going to be dominant over the next few years. So just switch on television, right? Television, you have, maybe 80%, 90% of the content consumed in India is local. So there is a lot of international content available, but it is eventually going to be local, provided that content is at par or better. It also available internationally, at least at par, right? So I give 24 as a good example. The 24 Indian versions have been extremely successful, and most people you will ask will refer to one of the 24 versions, whether it's Anil Kapoor version back in Bollywood or the South Indian version here. But it's worked well with the local flavor. So I think in my mind, local content is going to have a very important place in this market. I think local content with the right monetization hooks will see the IIPs explode. You've seen some of it happen already with your Teen Patni games, maybe some of the other content that's coming. We're working very hard right now to make cricket succeed on the IIP front with our products. That's where we are.
Lawrence, do you think for the Indian market, for global publishers who are sort of looking at this huge opportunity of 600 million smartphones, in the next 2 to 3 years. What is the way you think would be the winning strategy? Will it be partnering with a local guy, launching your games as is, and what do you think? Because Candy Crush is universally popular, but do you think an Indian version would just make it that much more interesting?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. Well, I mean, first of all, I'd like to tap into the question about in-app purchasing. Is every single region has seen the same challenges that exist here in India. Whether it be the U.S. to Europe, or whatever, like people have seen that we've gone through the same thing before, where there was people adopting mobile phones, to then like the infrastructure, like the bandwidth being crappy, to even risk aversion of even credit card numbers, whether it be on Facebook or whether it be on iTunes or whether it be on iPhone. So I think I don't know if the inflection point will happen in 2018 here in India, but it's just a matter of time, right? When it comes to Western distribution here, I think the thing that companies look for is the return on investment capital. Like to go through all the motions of launching products like a Candy Crush here in Asia, you have to look at what is the return on investment going to be worth the resource? Or is the investment in the resource going to be worth the return? Or otherwise, should we do it for something that we know will be in a market that is already bought into our gameplay mechanics? I think the interesting and compelling thing, and it's funny, I was just speaking with a VC about this earlier today, though, is it could be the most amazing game mechanic ever, but sometimes it is those cultural nuances, or those sense of purpose, or even that sense of identity that is also the special sauce to make a game successful. I mean, we could just take a game made by King and launch it in India, but it just might not resonate, which is the same thing with, someone here. One of you developers might make an amazing game here for India, but it might not resonate with the consumers in the US. And so, from our perspective, it's more like just weighing what the opportunity cost would be and where is the best place to put our resources towards and getting our content to new users and broadening reach.
Paul, you are a success story of a Western developer being pretty successful in India, right? And the localization, you guys also take the Nazara from the draft and Towhead, and you also have your successful franchise, Stick Cricket, being as it is popular, one of the most popular cricket games. So what's your take on the Indian market?
You're very kind in your remarks. We have limited success in India. I think we've got to be honest about that. I think we find it as difficult as anyone else does to monetize in India, despite having a cricket title. Now, there are a number of reasons why that might be. We are, painting the obvious internally about our design target in terms of our user target, and he is an Anglo-Australian, a hardcore cricket fan in Australia or in the UK. And we don't pretend to know much about what drives an Indian cricket fan. And we try and sort of localize it as best we can, but it is a challenge to really engage people over the long term. But there may be some endemic issues about that. Something which was mentioned earlier actually is the fact that the games market here is relatively new. It started off with the mobile phone. There wasn't any historical element. Now, we built our game and we designed our game with a sort of very old-style 2D graphic look to it. And it's purposely done because that resonates with the older guys in the UK and Australia who recognize that from their console game, playing an old PC game playing days, and they sort of resonate with that. And to Indians, that might seem a very perverse, why would you purposely do rubbish graphics, So there are sort of those are cultural dimensions which we struggle to go through. It is improving though. The in-app purchases are certainly improving. There's some structural changes within the market. What Reliance did last year with Jio in terms of the changing the pricing for network access and consumption of data. that changes significantly how people interact with the apps. I mean, we were struggling with people who were downloading the app and then immediately switching off their connection, and so we immediately got rubbish analytics and couldn't serve any ads up and do anything else. And that is very limited in terms of design, how you handle that. But it's improving, and I would argue that 2018. I don't know whether 2018 is going to be a sudden burst in 2018. I think, but even then, if it's a sudden burst, it would be huge. It would be monumental, even from a global perspective. So I suspect it doesn't even have to be a burst for it to be resonate quite hard. And I think it's certainly going to improve both. But monetization is still going to be driven by advertising, I'm afraid. I mean, 10 years ago when we were online, and we were talking about where is the money in cricket, where is the global money in cricket, and we as Englishmen were talking to Australian colleagues, well, is it UK or is it Australia? And we came out with some statistic from one of the cricket specialists, saying 70% of the world's cricket value is in India. And when you look at how it's generated, or how it was generated at the time, it was all through television. All came through television. Sheer volumes of people being able to consume this and find the stars that they loved and the value which was associated with that. So, us in the UK and Australia being able to produce very sexy products associated with cricket, we were really scratching the surface in terms of monetizing the sport. And that's changing here in India. We're moving away from television, moving on online, moving on mobile, obviously. But it's driven predominantly by monetization through advertising and sponsorship and associations, brand associations, product associations, but it's going to go even further.
On the Indian market.
Yeah, so I'm definitely not an expert on the topic. I hope I'm much wiser after this conference, actually, one of my goals coming here. However, what we do see with our current games is that we always get a very healthy amount of downloads in India. We also know that we have pretty nice brand equity here. The movie did quite well in India, actually, and the brand is known. So, but currently it doesn't translate into revenue from the game side. However, I think it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. And so, I guess from Rovio perspective, we just need to be kind of ready to ride that wave when it comes. I guess that's it.
Guys, we have run out of time actually, so we can get some questions from the audience.
Take a couple of questions.
Hi, my question is from Paul. From a creator or developer point of view, what was the motivation behind creating Stick Cricket Virat and Rohit? Because you already had Stick Cricket, which was doing very well. I know from a publisher's point of view, Nazara wanted to penetrate Indian market and they are creating Indianized content. But from a developer's point of view, why did you put your efforts into Stick Cricket Virat and Rohit when it had nothing new in terms of gameplay or any creative content? So,
I hope I'm going to, because we're a publisher developer, so it's very difficult to differentiate the two tasks. To do it from a developer perspective, we wanted to do it. It was really to see if we could reach a broader audience in India, and to see whether by adding highly recognizable local IP and being able to launch it in that respect, to see if that would take us into tier 2, tier 3 cities where we were doing pretty well in tier 1 cities. So people who already had an affiliation, a more international affiliation, they recognized us. So I'm not sure if that's answering that from a developer perspective or predominantly from a publisher perspective. So for the developers, it was actually very interesting to change the game around. It was actually very challenging to do that because we had to refocus the whole structure around just 2 people. So that was quite a challenge to do. I don't think we got many benefits from doing it, to be honest. It was quite hard work and not that enjoyable in that sense. But certainly in terms of the end product, we were very proud of what we achieved. But it was really about sort of market penetration, whether we could get into tier 2, tier 3 cities, whether we could get into different types of handsets, different markets within India. Because it's and many of you will probably have much better view than me, because I look in from India is a big market for us, but I do look into it from a foreign perspective. What I recognise, what I used to think, is that it was only one market. It's a singular market. But the truth is, there are different strata of market within India, and you have to reach across all of them. Or you have to try and find something which is common to all. And that's not easy. We certainly struggled before, and so we thought maybe bring in these 2 guys and see if that works. Thank you.
My question is for Karan from Google. You're talking about growth and 200% growth and monetization of apps and everything. In a really crowded market, and the way it's going, even from an India perspective, there are a lot of new developers. Everybody's vying for a piece of the pie. It's not just Indians are making for Indian audiences, global audiences are making for Indian, vice versa, all permutations, combinations. So how do we stand out in a crowded market? And when it comes to something like, say, a Play Store feature, what are the things that would make somebody stand out? What are the things that Google considers when you look at giving a game a store feature, or a pre-registration feature, one of those features that you run? What are some of the things that you would advise to somebody who's starting afresh?
See, for somebody who's starting afresh, my biggest advice is going to be: Indies are artists. Be an artist. Create something that's of great quality. The one overarching criteria for anything that ever gets featured or anything that really makes it big on Play is the fact that quality is absolutely impeccable. You get a lot of things going well for you. Quality is one, the dynamics of the game is the other, the pricing is the third, the relevance to the audience is the fourth. It's about a lot of these variables falling in together. You just have to be a mix of artistic and scientific about it. And anybody who's made it big has all of these points going for them. You won't find a single developer worldwide that does not have these points going for them. But it all starts with quality. I don't know if I answered your question. The other thing would be, and a follow-up, I ask myself a follow-up question to this, which is that we are making, there is so many of you making a lot of quality stuff. Why does that not get featured? Well, end of the day, there are 3 million plus apps and games on the store. The number of featuring slots are always in single digits, right? So it's always the best of the best of the best that will ever make it, and that is what you need to strive to be. And if you think that there is something absolutely great that you have going for you, please inform us. Please let us know. We'll be very happy to work with you.
We have another question.
Hello. See, my question is, the game is always seen as something like a sport, so cricket. But I think in digital game, fortunately, it has gone beyond, and it's also looking at issues like learning a strategy, learning even for schools. I think one of you talked about preschool. What is the market size of such a game which focuses on learning? And this is the question which I wanted to understand from this time.
I personally about the PC market and
A game as a tool for learning.
Educational
Content.
I mean, maybe like just one reference for that is what is it? Age of Learning. I think that they're doing like 100 million a year with their ABC mouse, and they're one of the kind of top dogs. So that like, I guess from my sleeve, it's like in the hundreds of millions.
We'll have one last question here and we'll close.
Hi there, good afternoon. My question is Mika from Angry Birds, Stick Sports, King, Yuzu and Nazara. So all mostly different kind of games, different genre of games. I feel left out. You are kind of...
He has everything.
You are kind of home for them. So all are from different genres. So what you guys think would be the most popular genre in next year, mostly by next year?
Next popular genre for...
Next popular genre of mobile games.
Globally?
Yep. Globally? Yes.
I think we talked already about these basically real-time PvP games and even like team versus team PvP games. I think it doesn't take kind of much of crystal ball experience to say that that's something that's up and coming. But that's just one. Another trend that there's kind of still growing is these narrative games that are, by the way, single-player experiences like choices and episode and those kind of things. I don't know. That's probably not the most popular one, but that's at least one that's kind of on the growth track.
It's definitely going to be cricket games. That they are going to overtake the world. I think there's a huge untapped market in China for cricket games. So we're looking forward to that. I unfortunately have no further predictions than that.
Definitely PvP, but also, next year will be another year of big branded IP games. Companies investing a lot in bringing their branded IP to the mobile platforms. I mean, it's no secret. Activision Blizzard acquired King, and they've publicly announced that King will be bringing their IP to mobile. So I think next year we'll be seeing branded IP, big ones coming in the mobile space.
I'm a little biased, but I think Game of Thrones game is coming next year. That will be the number one game.
Well, I'll figure out, looking at all these people, what we're saying, go back, talk to my team on what we'll make next year, and then we'll see.
Does Google have any say there?
After the sales pitch by all of them, just kidding. I'll come back to the very first answer that I gave. When you ask a platform business about anything like this, we'll always say it depends. So it's. I think consumers are. It's all about the 2 billion Android users. I think there is enough on the table for each and every genre of gaming. I think every genre that everybody here is a part of is pretty massive. Right? If I talk about today, all these genres are massive, from Chota Beam and kids games to cricket to casual and to all the pure person versus person games that we're talking about. This year, if I talk about the next big single genre, I would say it's not really the genre, it's going to be more about the form factor. Maybe globally, I would expect AR to become better. I would expect games, and AR does not necessarily mean taking a phone and going all over the streets of the city. It would be more interactive experiences. I think that is something that we would be betting on.
Great, thank you so much, guys. That's all we have for now. So thank you so much. I guess.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
I guess I would like to get a good group picture there. And so, guys, we have all these speakers. Most of them are speaking today. Mika is speaking later today. And Paul gonna be in one of the panels tomorrow. And King, Lawrence would be, doing the keynote tomorrow, and Anuj would be a part of panel of us Indian gaming markets to this world. So thank you so very much, everyone. Thank you so much. We have an upcoming talk from Lauren. She's from EA, and please be seated. So.